Good day everyone, and we are Group 6 and now we will be discuss about the infancy and toddlerhood. So, makinig kayo mabuti at i-discuss namin patungkol sa infancy and toddlerhood at ito ang kasama niya mga physical development, cognitive development, emotional development, and also the social development. So now, before we discuss the infancy and toddlerhood definitions, maalamin natin muna kung ano yung mga objectives ng ating aralin ngayon. So now, number 1, explain the physical, cognitive, and social-emotional development of infants and toddlerhood. Second is identify factors that enhance the physical developments of infants and toddlerhood. And next, the last is present your own or others' research on the physical development of infants and toddlerhoods. That's not physical only, that included the cognitive and social-emotional development. And now is papalakyawan lang natin saglit ang infancy and toddlerhood. Sabi dito, ang infancy ay karaniwang mula kapanganakan hanggang 12 to 24 na buwan. And also, toddlerhood is 12 hanggang 36 na buwan. So, equivalent to na 1 to 3 years old ay ang mga yugto na pinakamabilis na pagbabago ng buhay ng tao. Ang infancy ay nananarawan pamamagitan ng mabilis na pag-unlad ng pandama o sensory. No? Like yung touch, mga senses natin, and also the reflexes. And also while the toddlerhood ay tinutukoy ng pagsisimula ng paglakad. So, to toddle, no? The word toddle, so pagsisimula ng paglalakad. At ang malakas pagpumilis para sa kalayaan, so independence. So ito yung mga mga batang nagsisimula ng maglakad, nagde-develop na yung kanilang walking skills, and also yung mga batang malakas pumilit ng kanilang kalayaan. So, kunyari, gusto nilang maglakad dun sa labas, gusto nilang maglaro, ganon. Ito yung mga batang yon, no? So now, i-discuss natin ang about sa infancy at toddlerhood. So, alamin natin kung ano nga ba yung infancy. So first, basahin natin yung definition dito. Infancy is the earliest stage of human development, typically defined as a period from birth to 2 years old or age. During this crucial time, infants undergo rapid physical, cognitive, and emotional growth. So, mabilis yung pag-development ng kanilang physical, cognitive, and emotional growth, di ba? Kasi kanina nabanggit ko naman na yung mga infancy, tinatawag natin ng mga infant is nagsisimula yan sa 0 to 12 months, no? And also, they develop their motor skills, sensory abilities, and social interactions. No? Yung motor skills, yung mga motor skills na napapagalaw, yung sensory motor, like that. And also sensory abilities, yung mga senses. Ano nga ba yung mga senses natin? Meron tayong touch, amoy, pang-amoy, mga sight, sense of sight, and sense of hearing. No? Ito yung mga typical na na-develop sa mga infancy, no? And also, social interactions din. So, sa mga bata, 0 to 12 months is nakikipag-interact din sila. But, not a typical na nakikita natin sa mga bata na may edad na. And also, sa mga batang meron ng edad na like, 3 to 12 years old, like that. But, in infancy, no 0 to 12 months is yung pag-interact nila is hindi yung makikipag-usap sila agad, no? For example lang, pakikipag-eye contact, yung tawag dito, kapag 12 months, siguro, yun yung mga batang, yung nakikipag-interact sa kanilang magulang, like, they're teaching their child, yung mga parents na magsalita, and also, they response a little bit, but also, take note that infancy is not a typical na may alam na agad sila, no? Sila yung mga yung mga bata na nagde-develop pa lang. So hindi pa nila alam magsalita at magbilang. Yon. Although immature all body systems are operating. So, lahat ng body systems nila is nag-ooperate din as one. Hindi yan, porket bata pa sila is hindi nag-ooperate yung kanilang body systems. No? Infant have the ability to swallow, suck, gag, cough, yawn, blink, and eliminate waste. So, dito, makikita naman natin yung mga ability nila, no? Kaya nilang lumunok, kaya nilang, magsubo ng mga bagay-bagay, di ba? Alam naman natin yung mga infants is, yung mga bata is mahilig silang, humawak ng mga bagay-bagay kasi hindi pa nila alam or curious sila kung ano yun. So, according to sa mga nabasa ko sa internet is, yung mga bata daw, lalo na kapag nasa sensory stage pa lang sila, is, yung mahilig silang magsak mga kumain ng bagay-bagay, maghawak, kasi hindi nila alam, naku-curious sila sa isang bagay, kaya inaalam nila to using the senses, no? And also, they can cough, yawn, and blink. So, kaya din nila umubo at mag-blink ng mata. And so, hearing is well developed. So, na-develop na rin ng kanilang hearing. So, sa papalagay nyo na ang mga batang 0 to 12 months is after that pa-develop ang kanilang mga physical cognitive and other systems na nag-develop na sa ating katawan sa hearing or sa sight. Siyempre, palinaw ng palinaw yan kapag pa-develop. Ganun din sa pagdinig na habang bata pa is hindi masyadong nakakarinig. Habang tumatanda o nakakabuan is palinaw yung pandinig. No? And also, the startle reflex is also apparent and newborns react to sudden unexpected movements and loud noise. Yung mga newborn, ito yung mga baby na sabi dito is nagre-react sa mga unexpected movements and loud noise, diba? Siyempre kapag maingay yung isang lugar or yung isang area is nagre-react talaga yung isang bata, lalo na baby sila is nadidistract din sila, hindi lang tayo na may edad na. Siyempre, ingay na yan nandyan na yan makakadistract talaga yan. And also yung mga unexpected movements, ayan, nagkakarga sila tapos biglang gumanon yung nanay na nasagi yung mga bagay-bagay. So, magre-react din sila doon. Typical nga yung mga batang ganon is umiiyak sila, diba? So, yun. And also, the grasping reflex allows even the tiniest infants to hold onto someone's finger. No, yan. The sense of smells and tastes are also evident, and infants will turn away from unpleasant smells and express preference for sweet taste over bitter. So ngayon, tatalakayin din natin ang toddlerhood. So tapos na natin ang infant, so malinaw na yan sa inyo siguro na naintindihan nyo na yung infancy, no? Basta alalahanin yung mga infancy is common sa kanila yung mga senses, no? And reflexes. And also, they are 0 to 12 months. Yung mga newborn babies like that. And also dito naman tayo sa toddlerhood. So, during toddlerhood, 1 and 2 years old display a range of new skills and personality traits and being assert themselves by making their first beats of independence. Now, and dito sa toddlerhood, ito yung sinasabi natin na 12 months to 36 months. So, equivalent of 3 years old. So, 1 years old to 3 years old. So, dito tapos sinasabi niya dito na display a range of new skills and personality traits. So, ano-ano nga ba yung mga new skills na nade-develop sa toddlerhood? So, andito din yung mga pakikipag-usap, pakikipag-entera. Minsan nga, sa 3 years old, alam ng magbasa, alam ng magsalita ng straight, alam ng magbilang, alam ng magbasa, alam na manood, and also paglakad, alam na rin nila, no? So dito fully develop na yung mga senses na pandinig, masyado ng sharp yung pandinig nila, And also, they have a personality traits development. So, ano nga ba yung mga personality traits developments? Ito yung yung mga personality na nabubuo na develop sa kanila. Kunyari, meron na silang pagtampo, alam nila magtampo, alam nilang magtaray, alam nilang alam nilang magalit, alam nilang mag-reflect, or hindi yung totally reflect, pero alam nila yung pinagkaiba ng kung alam nila yung kapag sinabi mo na mali yan, is alam nila na sumunod. So, meron silang personality traits na iyakin, ganon. Tas hindi mapakali. Ganon yung mga good. So, sabi dito, at the end of first year of life, infants become toddlers. So, yun nga, sabi ko kanina, di ba, magsisimula muna yan sa infancy bago mag-toddlerhood. Kasi dadaan mo sa newborn hanggang sa mag-develop sila, no? Between age 1 and 3, physical growth shows as toddlers learn to master motor and communication skills. So, sabi dito, between 1 and 3 years, 1 and 3, is physical growth slows as toddlers learn to master motor skills and communication skills. So, slow muna yan. Physical growth is slow, no? And toddlers learn how to master a motor and communication skills. So, pa-develop yan. By step siguro yan. Hindi yung bigla ang pagkatuto agad na paano magkipag-communicate ng tama and mabilis ang communications like that, and also their motor skills, no? And also, imitations continues to major elements of normal development. Often talking in the shape of playing houses or school of pretending to be a process of superhero. So, dito papasok yung pagpipretend nila. Kunwari, gagayahin nila yung si Superman. Ganon, gagayahin nila maging superheroes. And magbabahay-bahayan. Naglalaro sila ng bahay-bahayan, nanay-tatay, like that. Like yung nagpe-pretend sila, no? Nagpe-pretend sila to become someone na kanilang gustong kayahin. Ganon. And also, normal toddlers have seemingly unlimited energy, enthusiasm, and curiosity. So, unlimited yan yung kanilang energy. Kaya yung nakikita nyo sa mga bata na ang gulo-gulo nila, hindi sila makakali. And also, they are curious sa isang bagay. Kaya nakikita sila ng bagay na hindi nila alam. Mommy, what is that? Ganon. So, gusto nilang alamin kasi curious nga sila. Unlike sa mga infancy, di ba? Kanina sinabi ko na rin na they are commonly na nakikita yung mga reflexes and senses nila. So, ginagamit nila yung senses nila kapag curious sila. Tinitikman nila isang bagay, sinusubo nila, nahawakan nila, and sabi ko na rin na they are commonly na nakikita yung mga reflexes and senses nila. So, ginagamit nila yung senses nila kapag curious sila, tinitikman nila isang bagay, sinusubo nila, nahawakan nila, and also, they are using their ear, hearing, and also the sight. No? And this is emotional communication naman is range from freely bestowed hugs and kissings to cryings and tantrums. Di ba most common sa mga bata is yung pag-iyak, tantrums na yun, pagdadabog-dabog, kapag hindi na pagbigyan, iiyak. Tapos, pero, yun yung common sa kanila is yung pag-hug and kiss, di ba? No, kapag kinis sila and hinag is maaring tumigil ng kanilang pag-iyak ang sama ng loob at sama ng loob. And also, older toddlers understand the concept of guilt, pride, shame, and display them to appropriate times. Toddlers tends to believe they are the center of the universe. And at age of 1, a toddler draws by using whole arm movement. By age of 3, these skills have progressed to finger thumb manipulation. By end of 3rd year, most toddlers are thoroughly trained by and continue to have excellence and the engross of activity while sleeping. So, yan, sa the end of 3 years old daw, yung toddlerhood is meron na silang toilet train. So, alam na natin yung mga bata pa tayo, hindi tayo marunong magpunas or maghugas ng ating puwet. So, nagpapatulong pa tayo sa ating mga magulang. So, at the end of 3 daw is, natitrain na sila paano mag-toilet ng maayos, proper, and also, nadidevelop sila kung ano yung mga, kunyari dito din, yung mga, have accidents when they have engrossed in activity while sleeping. Okay. By age of 2, many toddlers have learned to manipulate doorknobs. Ano. So, ngayon, susunod naman ng physical development by discussing my co-groups or co-members na mag-discuss ng physical development. After naman yan is susunod yung iba pang mga discussion patungkol dito sa aming topic. So, yun lamang po ang aking discussions about sa toddlerhood and infancy na aking pinalakyawan lamang at sinaglit para mas maintindihan ng maayos at hindi pa masyadong humaba ang usapan patungkol dito. Dahil sa susunod na discussions is madidiscuss naman at malalaman nyo naman kung ano yung mga development na nagaganap sa toddlerhood at infancy, no? Andyan yung physical, andyan yung isa pa dito, nasaan? Cognitive development, meron pa isa dito is yung malalaman nyo din yung language development, emotional development, social development. So, ayan is malalaman nyo by discussing my co-members na magdi-discuss patungkol dito. So, maraming salamat po sa pakikinig at maaari na po kayo makinig sa aking mga next na susunod na reporters. So, magdi-discuss sa ating topics.
Good day everyone. Today, I'll be discussing one of the most important aspects of early human development, the physical development, infancy, and toddlerhood. This stage is incredibly crucial because it lays a groundwork for a child's later cognitive, social, and emotional growth. As you can see sa slide, physical development sa early years is extremely rapid. Ibig sabihin, sobrang bilis ng paglaki at pagbabago ng katawan ng bata. Halimbawa, a baby can double their weight in a few months and even triple it by their first year. Pero hindi lang ito tungkol sa paglaki ng katawan. Kasama rin dito ang pagdevelop ng muscle, bones, at nervous system. Dahil dito, unti-unti silang nagkakaroon ng control sa kanilang gross motor skills tulad ng pag-upo, pag-crawl, at paglalakad. At sa fine motor skills naman is tulad ng paghawak, pag-grasp, at pag-pinch. Yun po ang physical development. Okay, next. Punta naman tayo sa next slide. Dito naman ay pag-uusapan natin ang tungkol sa cephalocaudal pattern. A cephalocaudal pattern development means growth occurs from head to toe. That means, nauuna talaga ang pag-develop ng head area tulad ng mata, utak, at neck muscle bago ang ibang parts ng katawan. For example, una nilang natututunang kontrolin ang kanilang ulo kaya they learn to lift it during tummy time. Next naman is nagkakaroon sila ng control sa kanilang upper body. Kaya nakaupo sila ng may support. And last naman is nade-develop yung legs at feet. Kaya mas late dumadating yung standing and walking. Yan po is yung cephalocaudal pattern. And next naman is the proximidistal pattern. This time naman po, ang direction ng development ay from center of the body to outward. That means, mas naunang nade-develop yung muscles sa trunk, shoulders, and arms bago yung heads and finger. Halimbawa dyan is babies can move their arms bago nila makontrol ng maayos ang kanilang mga kamay. Yun po. So, class, tandaan nyo, ang cephalocaudal pattern ay from head downwards. And ang proximidistal pattern naman is from center outwards. Yan lamang po. Maraming salamat.
Moving past the pattern of growth, let's look at some measurable physical changes, height and weight. When newborns first come home, they typically lose about 5 to 10% of their birth weight. This is normal and temporary. After this initial period, growth is fast. Infants double their birth weight by about 5 months and they triple it by their first birthday. Their length increase is about 50% in the first year, while growth generally slows down in the second year. The key takeaway here is on the bottom slide. Steady progress is more important. Achieving exact numbers is about consistency for that individual child. Next, and perhaps most complex, is the brain development. At birth, the brain is already about 25% of its adult size, but by the age of 2 is approximately 75%. This rapid increase is largely driven by two processes, dendrite growth and myelination. Dendrite growth means new neural connections are forming at the explosive rate, which extends the neural network. Myelination is the process where the fatty layer wraps around new nerve fibers, increasing the speed and efficiency of information transfer. The brain's internal Wi-Fi, if you will. However, not every connection is skipped. This brings up to the crucial concept called synaptic pruning. Unused, unnecessary connections are eliminated. It's essentially use or lose it principle. This is why nearly experiences are so vital. They shape which connections are reinforced and which ones are pruned. Finally, let's look at the built-in behaviors that newborns' early survival reflexes. These are the automatic involuntary body movements that support survival before the baby can learn voluntary behaviors. We can use this to check neurological health. Some of the major ones included sucking, essentials for feeding, with rooting, turning the head toward a touch on the cheek to find the nipple. Moro or startle reflex. The baby throws back their head, extends their limbs, cries, and then pulls the limbs back into response to a sudden noise or movement. Grasping and curling of toes, grabbing anything placed in the palm of their hand or curling their toes when the soles of foot is stroked. Most of the reflexive body movements fade as the child matures and their higher brain centers begin to take over the motor control. In summary, physical development in infancy is a period of predictable, rapid, and interconnected changes from the directional patterns of cephalocaudal and proximodistal growth to the milestone in height and weight, and the complex process of brain development and synaptic pruning. All of these factors work together to support the foundation learning that occurs in the first 2 years. Thank you. And that's all. Thank you.
So good afternoon to each and every one of you. My name is Diana Oracoy. So I'll be discussing the cognitive development of infants and toddlers together with Miss Abigail. So ano po ba ang cognitive? Pag sinabi po natin cognitive, ito po ay tumutukoy sa pag-iisip, pag-uunawa at pagkatuto ng isang sanggol at toddler. So mula sa kapanganakan hanggang 3 years old, napakabilis ng pag-unlad ng utak ng mga bata. Natututo sila sa pamamagitan ng sensory experience. Sensory experience meaning na nawa at pagkatuto ng isang sanggol at toddler. So mula sa kapanganakan hanggang 3 years old, napakabilis ng pag-unlad ng utak ng mga bata. Natututo sila sa pamamagitan ng sensory experience. Sensory experience meaning naririnig, nakikita, nahahawakan, at motor actions like paggalaw, pagkuha, pag-abot. So yun po. So ano po ba, dito po meron po akong i-discuss na sensory stage ni Piaget. Mula nung pinanganak sila hanggang 2 years old. So ito ang unang stage sa 4 na yugto ni Piaget. Dito natututo ang bata gamit ang senses at paggalaw. So meron po tayong 6 na sub-stages. Una pong sub-stages ay simple reflexes. Mula pagkasilang ng bata hanggang sa 6 weeks ng bata, gumagamit ng reflexes tulad ng pagsubo, paghawak at pagkurap. So mapapansin po natin sa mga bagong silang na sanggol na ang reflexes po na nagagawa nila ay yun nga po, pag susupo ng kamay po yun at pagkurap dahil sila pa lang po ay bagong panganak. So simple pa lang po na reflexes ang kanilang nagagawa. Ang pangalawa naman po ay first habit and primary circular reaction 6 weeks to 4 months. So dito naman po, inuulit-ulit nila ang kilos na nakatuon sa sarili. So, for example, pagsubo ng daliri kasi nakakakuha po sila ng comfort doon. So, di ba mayroon po tayong, for example po yung pamangkin ko, napapansin ko po na lagi niya pong, paulit-ulit niya po na sinusubo yung daliri niya. Ibig sabihin, doon niya po nakukuha nung baby doon niya po nakukuha yung 4 months old na baby, yung comfort po niya. At ang pangatlo po ay secondary circular reactions. Ito naman po ay mula 4 months hanggang 8 months. So dito naman po, natututo silang gumawa ng kilos para makuha ang tugon ng paligid. So for example, pag-uga ng laruan para marinig ang tunog. So sa pamamagitan po nun, makukuha po nila yung tugon ng paligid. Sa pamamagitan po nun, natututo sila gumawa ng kilos para, yun nga po, makuha po nila yung tunog ng paligid. So, dito naman po sa pang-4 ay coordination of secondary circular reactions. Dito naman po, 8 to 12 months po. Dito naman po, nakakagawa na ng goal-directed behavior yung bata. For example, itutulak ang unan para makuha laruan sa likod. So, yun po yung napapansin ko po sa pamangkin ko po bago po siya mag-turn ng 1. So, dito po, mula 8 hanggang 12 years old, mapapansin po natin yung mga bata po no na kaya yung mga laruan po nila ang gugulo. For example, meron po siyang gustong kunin na laruan sa sofa, hindi niya makuha. Ang gagawin niya, itutulak niya yung unan, gagawa siya ng paraan para makuha yung laruan sa likod. So, nakukuha po ba natin? Yan, very good po. So, sa panglima naman po ay tertiary circular reaction. Dito naman po from 12 months to 18 months. So, nagiging curious at nag-experiment na yung mga bata po dito. So, for example, iba-iba ang paraan ng pagbato ng bagay para makita ang resulta. So, dito naman po sa tertiary circular reaction, yung bata po, For example, di ba po dito, sa 12 years old to 18 months, nakakalakad na yung bata. Dito naman po, yung bata na naglalakad, for example na lang po yung pamangkin ko. Yung pamangkin ko po kasi mahilig kumuha ng bato, tapos ang hilig po niyang itapon. Itapon kahit saan-saan. Kasi gusto po niya na makita po yung result. For example, yung pamangkin ko po, kuha siya ng bato, ibabato po sa bahay, or di kaya sa kalaro niya, ganun, or di kaya din po lalagyan niya po ng bato yung iniinuman niya. So, gusto niya nga po makita yung reaction. Dito po yun sa tertiary circular reaction mula 12 months hanggang 18 months. So, dito naman po sa pang 6 ay internalization of schemes. Dito naman po, from 18 to 24 months. So, nagsisimula ang mental representation o kaya nilang mag-isip bago kumilos. So, dito po lumalabas ang creativity at object permanence na po ng bata. Alam nilang may object kahit na nakatago. So, dito po yun sa internalization of schemes. 18 to 24 months. So, dito naman po tayo, ano po bang ibig sabihin ng schemes? Schema. Ano po bang schema? Yan. Ang ibig sabihin po ng schema ay, ang schema po, ito na lang po. Ang schema po ay parang folder. Diba? Ang folder po natin, maraming nakaimbak sa folder po natin. Naiipon kung saan, naiipon po. Dito naman po, sa folder, naiipon kung saan, naiipon yung information tungkol sa tao, bagay at karanasan. Ganun din po sa bata. Diba po sa folder, nilalagyan po natin ng mga, ayan po, yan, naiipon po yan. So, ganun din po sa scheme. Naiipon po yung impormasyon tungkol sa tao, at saka bagay at karanasan. Yun po yung sa scheme po. So, for example, aso, di ba yung aso, 4 ang paa, may balahibo, tumatahol, yun po ay scheme. Naiipon po yung information sa utak ng isang bata o ng isang tao. So, dito naman po tayo sa assimilation and accommodation. Dito po muna tayo sa assimilation. Pag sinabing assimilation, ito ay ginagamit ang lumang schema para unawain ang bagong impormasyon. Hindi binabago ang schema. For example, nakakita ang bata ng ibang klase ng aso. Tawag pa rin niya ay dog. Ibig sabihin, ina-assimilate niya ang bagong itsura sa dati niyang kaalaman. So, yun po doon po yun sa assimilation. Dito naman po, sa accommodation, binabago o dinadagdagan ang schema kapag may impormasyon na hindi kasya sa dati. For example, nakita ng bata ang pusa, tinawag niyang dog, pero kinorek siya. So, doon po, natututunan niya na magkaiba ang cat sa dog. Kasi akala niya po kasi, 'di ba ang pusa po 4 din ang paa. Akala niya yung pusa dog din kasi 4 yung paa. So dito po sa accommodation natututo yung bata, nalalaman niya yung difference po ng aso at ng bata. Nakukuha po ba natin? At ito rin po palang scheme, assimilation, accommodation. Ito na rin po ay na-discuss ni Sir Jason po, kung maalala po natin. So, dito naman po tayo sa language development. So, may 5 stages po tayo ng language para sa mga bata po. Una po ay pre-linguistic stage. Pag sinabing pre-linguistic stage, gumagawa sila ng tunog tulad ng o, a, at cooing sound. So, yun po yung sa pre-linguistic sound. So, dito naman po sa pangalawa, babbling stage. Kung sa pre-linguistic o at a lang ang nagagawa nila, dito naman po sa babbling stage, sa pangalawang stage, nagagagawa na po sila ng paulit-ulit na tunog tulad ng mama, papa, yun doon po. Kumbaga, step by step po silang natututo yung mga bata. So, dito po sa babbling stage, from the words of itself, babbling, yan, nauulit, mama, papa, yan. Kung yung dito po sa pre-linguistic stage, isa-isa lang po. Dito naman po sa babbling stage, 2, pero magkahiwalay, yan. Nabubuo na nila yung words. Dito naman po sa babbling stage, 3 Dito naman po sa pangatlo, first word or one word stage. So, unang salita nila tulad ng mama, ball, milk, yun po ay first word or one word stage. Sa pangatlo po yun. Isang salita pero may buong kahulugan. So, dito naman po tayo sa 4, pang-apat, two word or telegraphic stage. Pag sinabing telegraphic, nakakagawa na ng dalawang salita tulad ng mama go, want milk. So, di ba po yung mga bata? Yan. Yung mga bata po kapag nagugutom, sinasabi po nila, mama go, want milk. So, dito po sa telegraphic stage sa pang-apat, yun po. Unti-unti na pong natututo yung bata na magsalita. At ang panglima naman po ay beyond telegraphic stage. Mas komplikadong pangungusap, marunong gumamit ng grammar at ng sentence structure doon po. So, tatandaan po natin dito sa language development na may 5 stages po tayo. Una po, pre-linguistic stage. Pangalawa, babbling stage. Pangatlo, first word, one word stage. At pang-apat, two word or telegraph. Dito naman po tayo sa 4, pang-apat, two word or telegraphic stage. Pag sinabing telegraphic, nakakagawa na ng dalawang salita tulad ng mama go, want milk. So, di ba po yung mga bata? Yan. Yung mga bata po kapag nagugutom, sinasabi po nila, mama go, want milk. So, dito po sa telegraphic stage sa pang-apat, yun po. Unti-unti na pong natututo yung bata na magsalita. At ang panglima naman po ay beyond telegraphic stage. Mas komplikadong pangungusap, marunong gumamit ng grammar at ng sentence structure doon po. So, tatandaan po natin dito sa language development na may 5 stages po tayo. Una po, pre-linguistic stage. Pangalawa, babbling stage. Pangatlo, first word, one word stage. At pang-apat, two word or telegraphic. Dito po yung mama, go, want milk. Or di kaya, ang panglima naman po ay beyond telegraphic stage. So, yun lang po. At maraming salamat po sa panonood. Sana po kayo po ay natuto at naintindihan ang explanation ni Teacher Joanna. So, ngayon po ay, ang kasunod naman po ay explain po ni Miss Abby. So, maraming salamat po sa pag-lend ng oras nyo at panunood.
So, good day everyone. So, kanina natakal ni Jonah yung part of cognitive development. The first one is the sensory motor stage, followed by schemas, assimilation, and accumulation. So, now, let's focus on the language development. So, language development. Processes from cooing to babbling to first word, then two words phrases, and finally more complex sentences. So dito sa language developments ng mga bata, nagsisimula ang cooing or yung tunog na a at o. Pagkatapos nito, magiging babbling siya. Yung mga tunog na baba or dada na naririnig natin sa mga bata. So, after nun, habang lumalaki, nagkakaroon sila ng first word phrases tulad ng milk, like go out, like that. Then, according to Chomsky, children have an innate language acquisition device that helps them naturally learn language. So, next naman is the cognitive abilities summary. Cognitive abilities summary, infants builds receptive and impressive language skills, recognize objects, match items, and begins early foundation for reading and math. So dito, nag-uumpisa yung mga bata na umintindi at magsalita. Natututo silang makilala yung mga bagay, mag-match ng shapes at color. So nagsisimula sila magbuo ng simple thinking skills. These abilities grow rapidly between 7 and 24 months. So basically, at this age, nabubuo ang early skills nila. So, that's the part of cognitive development. The first one is the sensory motor stage, followed by schemas, assimilation, and accumulation, and then the language development and the cognitive abilities. That's all. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Eureka Posadas, and today I am discussing socio-emotional development. This is the fourth part, or rather the last part of the discussion. So socio-emotional development it involves how children understand themselves, build relationship, and to manage their emotions. Early caregiving experiences strongly influences trust, confidence, and social behavior under this kind of development. So under socio-emotional development, we have a total of 4 parts, and these including parts we have: first, emotional development; second is social development; third is attachment and relationship; and the last part is self-concept and independence. Let's first move to emotional development. Infants start with basic emotional expression like crying, smiling, and laughing. As they grow, toddlers become better at identifying emotions and regulating their own feelings. Consistent, responsive caregiving helps them feel secure. So infants, they start with the basic emotional expressions that corresponds from an individual's reaction, or rather words or actions, and they are only responding like crying, smiling, and laughing. This is how infants express themselves rather than words, as they are still vulnerable and still weak. Next, as they grow, toddlers become better at identifying their emotions. This is when a toddler becomes more aware of what emotion they try to express, from responding through words and actions. They become better at identifying their own emotions and regulating their own feelings. With consistent and responsive caregiving, it helps them to feel secure, and it would help them to guide in a better regulation on their emotions, just like crying, laughing, excitement, and tantrums. Next part, we have social development. It is the process by which a person learns how to interact, communicate, and build relationships with others. It involves social rules, expressing emotions appropriately, developing empathy, and forming a sense of self-development within a social environment. So in early childhood, social development begins with simple interactions such as eye contact, smiling, and bonding with caregivers. As children grow, they learn to share, cooperate, follow rules, and understand the feelings of others. Through family, school, and community experiences, individuals develop skills needed to function effectively in society. In short, social development is about learning how to relate to others and behave in socially acceptable ways, helping a person build healthy relationships throughout life. So in early childhood, they have simple interactions such as eye contact, smiling, and bonding with caregivers. So this is the part where infants is not really in this part, but rather the toddler part, where the children is in the state of toddlerhood. These simple interactions becomes more encouraging, and it develops on a more deeper relationship with the people that they are around with, just like their family. As children grow, they learn how to share and cooperate and to follow rules, and they understand the feelings of others. Through family, through the guidance of their family, the school, and any other group of people that they have a bonding with or they entrust with, they will develop a sense of socialization, so they would able to reflect and also to express their own emotions and ideas to them. So social development is all about relating to others.
First, emotional developments. Infants start with their basic emotional expressions like crying, smiling, laughing. As they grow, toddlers become better at identifying their emotions. For example, they know when they are feeling sad, they know when they are feeling happy, and they will develop how to regulate their emotions, how to manage their emotions. And consistent and responsive caregiving helps them to feel secure. 2. Social development. These social developments starts when there is a bonding and attachment, that the infant will feel secure. These infants will develop trust because of dependable care. And then, as they grow, like a toddler, they will learn how to make small interactions and communications, mimic adults, and they will also learn about empathy and development. Involves how children manage themselves, understand themselves, and build relationships, and understand their own emotions. Early caregiving experiences build their trust, confidence, and behaviors that is crucial for their social life.
So the next part is attachment and relationship. This refers to the emotional bonds and social connections that young children form with their primary caregivers and other people around them. These early relationships are crucial because they shape a child's sense of security, trust, and ability to relate to others later in life. So, we already discussed social development. So, para hindi ka malito, ang social development at attachment and relationship are two different things. So, social development specifically focuses mainly on the socialization of a toddler to the people that they are around with, like their immediate family. However, for attachment and relationship, it focuses mainly on the growing relationship and attachment that they have with the people around them during their childhood, and it is the most crucial part of their toddlerhood or their childhood rather that will express or present how they interpret security, trust, and ability to relate to others later in their life. So, attachment and relationship, it is the emotional bonds and social connections that the young children form with their primary caregivers. So, primary caregivers means the family, maybe their friends, and other people that they're around with. Very crucial ito, again, kasi ito'y nagsishape ng sense ng isang bata kung anong naiintindihan niya sa security, sa trust, sa love, at yung abilidad ng pakikipagkonekta sa ibang tao na soon na makikilala nila or they will grow with sa kanilang paglaki. Our last part is self-concept and independence. By age 2, toddlers see themselves as separate individuals, begin asserting independence. As they learn to walk, talk, and feed themselves, supportive guidance helps them develop confidence rather than doubt. So self-concept and independence mainly focuses on the independence at yung pagkikilala ng isang bata sa kanyang sarili. So by the age 2, yung toddlers po, nakikita na po nila yung sarili nila as separate individuals who can and will be acting upon themselves sooner or later. So by the age 2, malalaman na nila na kaya pala nilang maglakad, kaya pala nilang magsalita, and maybe they can do other activities that are the same as the activities as the old or rather adult people that they are with. With supportive guidance, nade-develop yung confidence nila rather than doubt. This is now, dito naman napapasok yung response or yung proper response ng mga magulang sa mga mistakes ng kanilang mga anak. So this is when the responsible adult will guide their child upon a better reaction or a better handling on something or a problem that they are facing with. Very crucial ang part na ito kasi it will be the main thing na mag-i-equal doon sa kung sino sila in the near future. Will they be confident? Will they be insecure? Will they have a concept of self-doubt? So that is all for socio-emotional development. I hope you learned something.